Hi, so this is a game where white managed to kill lots of stones in and won by a big margin. So let's have a look. Playing the Komoku facing the outside can be a bit questionable as a directional play because this allows black an approach from coming from Q3. So if you just have this basic Joseki, black is happy to develop towards his Q3. Therefore, it's more interesting for white to play the Komoku facing his stone on the left side, because now when black enters with a Kakari to prevent the Shimari, now if this Joseki happens, black is fighting inside white's sphere of influence. So you gotta keep that in mind. Next time when you choose a Komoku as white, you always have to pay attention which direction you're trying, you're facing from the 3-4. Now black decided to play Shimari, so white can do the same, but white doesn't want to allow the second Shimari, so it's a good decision to play the Kakari, the corner approach. Now what happened here, black went for the corner, white blocks, which is good. White can also think about going for the avalanche Joseki. There are many complicated variations here. We can go over that in a future review. The most basic variation, or the simple one, to avoid complicated fights is just Atari and hanging connection here. Also, if you want to play the small avalanche, black and honey in the head of two stones, then we will have this kind of follow-up, which results into a trade. So black takes the double Ponuki on the bottom side, giving up the stones on the right side, and now again he can attack with good direction. So anyway, blocking on the right side is the most common move. Then black pulls back. White can connect solid or hanging connection. So when solid connection, black extends, white extends 3 space jump. When playing the hanging connection, the point is that black can extend one line further. So from the solid connection, only R10 from the hanging connection, going further in order to limit black's development from the top Shimari. So now black can only extend here. In the other variation, black can extend one space further, which feels much better from the top Shimari. Now, playing some fancy moves is possible too. For example, O6 or even N6, trying to play light and go for a lot of outside influence later on. But playing Q8, it's a little bit unusual because black can simply play honey under to expand his corner. White needs to Nobi, then black can push again, and when white blocks, black will peep. This will force white into an empty triangle, which is a heavy formation, and then black can extend back to the side. So white just ends up a little bit heavy with this fancy move of Q8, so actually this move got punished. But black cut right away, which is wrong because the ladder works for white, so white can just Atari. The cut was too much. Playing honey it's enough. If white connects here and black gets ahead, then white shape it's again over concentrated and doesn't feel so good. Normally in Joseki you have a stone here, black extends and white extends. Ideal 3 space jump from the wall. Now ladder is good, so black can't go out. Atari here, it's a bit desperate. Playing Atari under is good enough, and then extend. Because it feels like white has a Ponuki with an extension attached to the Ponuki, so it's again a little bit heavy. And if white simply gets ahead with Nobi, black will push again, peep, and leave the position as it stands. Now play away. So white again ends up in Korigatachi or over-concentrated formation. So black decided to Atari and Atari under. It's not necessary to fill the Ko. You better turn with Atari, and if black takes, right now it's good enough to extend, because later on that Ko is still open to fight. So when black plays away, white can still capture here, and this will force black to connect eventually. Normally, when this Atari happens, black doesn't even take the call. Black will just connect and then extend on the side. So fighting for q6 right now, it's really irrelevant and insignificant. It's too small. It's just fighting for a couple of points when there are so many big moves. If black invests 2 moves here just to capture 1 stone and connect, and white gets 2 large points like the Shimari and the extension, it's like giving up, I don't know, 50 points for taking 1. So connecting here, it's really not necessary. Black can push along, and like this, white's shape is just heavy and floating. But black decided to play the hanging connection. Atari, it's okay, but the extension it's a bit too far. Should be just R10. And if black comes here, white can already leave this position as it stands. It's just a wall facing the center, and now either make a Shimari, high or low, or extending the top to prevent black developing too nice, because black already has a Shimari and 1 extension, and you don't want to allow the second extension from the Shimari. Now playing here, of course, black will jump on the right side, trying to separate, and black can actually even push and cut right away. It's also possible to play the Hane and then Atari, and then go down and fight this way, but white can also fight back a little bit. Even though this can become messy, because now white has to run. So this is a little bit dangerous for white. Of course, playing q10 is good, and you gotta fight, but black can fight back too. Well, black decided to pull back, and white connects, that's fine. Now on this move, black is actually trying to cut at q12, so it's proper to connect here. If black tries this kind of cut, it doesn't really work, because the ladder is good for white. And actually, before playing the ladder, black can play here in Sente and then set up the ladder. So the ladder goes to the top in diagonal like that. Nothing to worry about, white is connected. So white decided to play a large Shimari. Now black can simply ignore and cut the stone on the right side. But it's not such a big loss for white, because now white again can go for a large point. So this stage, it's interesting for black to invade the left side. Otherwise, white's moyo becomes too large. So when white attacks from one side, black extends to the other side. Black decided to extend on the bottom, but the left side is the most open space. Because on the bottom side, black already has q3. So if black plays here and white prevents q3 extending into the bottom, black can still invade. If black protects the bottom side like k3 or j3, black can still extend from q3. So the bottom side is not the largest area to focus right now. Left side is important. So black took the middle side extension, which is also easy to separate, and that happened. In fact, for white it's interesting to extend on the left side. The d10 is still a large point, because if black invests another move to connect the bottom, this is not a big deal, and white can develop the top now. If you look on the left side, all this area, the moyo, can become 50-60 points. So, and it's also kind of connected. Anyway, nice idea to separate k4 from the lower right area, but it's better to do it on a 4th line, because it's much harder for black to connect to his q3. So if black plays here, white separates, and if black tries to slide under, white will separate this way. So now k4 is hurt. Playing the 3rd line, black can try ways to come on from the top and then jump out, and this way it reduces a lot the influence and the wall. Trying to cut this way, it's a bit too much, because black is attacking from the strong stones, and weakens his k4 even more. He should attack from k4 in order to strengthen it. This would be an easier way to make a sabaki or a light formation in a few moves. So pushing from behind is not so great. Usually you want to play some keima or like this, because then black keeps separating and now the q8 can be in danger. Normally attack with cap in this case. So this is the way to use the 3 stones in a more effective fight. And now black is still on the run. The turn is good. Attach, it's probably a bit dangerous. Should just Nobi. And then black should try to catch the 3 stones. Anyway, white goes up. That's good. Well, if Hane, black goes down, white has to block. And white is happy to build the left side while attacking. Going up, it's fine too. But now should block. Nothing happens here. If black cuts, white can play the Hane and then throw in Atari to get the strong wall and then connect. And this way, black is losing liberties. So his f6 cut, it's in danger, and so is the bottom group. Nothing to fear. It's good to cover and keep black tight on his liberties, and also put a lot of pressure while attacking like this. In this case, yeah, black can simply Nobi, or he can wedge to create cutting points. Taking the base like that, it's not really necessary because black doesn't have enough space anyway. It's more interesting to surround. Of course, black will push and start using the cutting points like this, and then he can fix I shape easily. But it's not such a big deal. White has a lot of influence on the left side, so overall the result is still good for white. Anyway, normally you want to take away the base and then surround the group in order to attack effective. In this case, the base is pretty much taken, so just surround and let him struggle to make small life on the edges. Yeah, you gotta pull back. And this way black can already make some ice. Well, black should push and then cut, because this cut is creating a double Atari opportunity, so white has to extend, or setting up the ladder here. If white extends here, then double Atari and capture 2 stones to make life. So this is comfortable for black to rescue his group. So black went down first. White turns here. This is a pretty good move. Oh, that leaves a cutting point, so black should pull back. Even if it's empty triangle, black stays connected like this. And now again, white should surround to keep the pressure on the group. So black should push and then turn, then push again, and then create some I shape, even cut, and Hane, connect, and then just make 2 eyes. And white should also secure his bottom group in this case. So block, cut, that's a good one. Now Hane to keep black separated, then connect, that's fine. Black has a better move here, jump like this, because this is threatening the cut at q9, so white needs to connect. Black can jump out again. White has to make some I shape eventually. It's not even easy. Probably connect solid. Then if jump again, look for a base on the right side. So all of a sudden hunter is hunted, because that wall looked very solid early on, and now it became a weak group. Playing this tiger mount, it's usually a good shape, but in this case it's not so effective compared to jump, which protects against the cut but also threatens another cut. So if white here surrounds, black can push and cut and get some profit right away. So white play the Hane. This Hane is no need. still connect here, because playing the Hane, black can push, and then again you gotta go back. So the exchange didn't do much. You better keep this Hane in reserve as a code threat. Blocking here is good. And now white needs to sacrifice. So Atari, push one more, and push one more, and then try to catch the group in the middle on a large scale. For example, something like this. Because if black jumps out anyway, it will be surrounded. Well, the cap, it's also an option, coming out to attack N8 and later on try to leave with R12. That's fine too. So if black runs out something like this, which happened in the actual game, go out here, then cap, then keep chasing the group. And now, if you want to leave on the right side, Hane, it's an option, Atari, then extend. Now when black plays here, attach, Hane on the second line, and then come out, either make eyes on the right or try to catch those two stones in the middle. So that's an option. Playing this jump looks a little bit loose, especially because there are cutting points at f6. So normally protect against the cut or hanging connection. So when black pushes, you block. When Atari, it's all fine. But it's still interesting to separate the group. So attach here would be a fine option, because when Hane, no B, black needs to connect to stay, to keep his group safe in the middle, but well, it's still on the run. And then white can attack very severe the bottom group. So jump, the cuts are still in place. Instead of connecting here, it's better to extend. So you have to imagine that if black starts with Atari like this, connect, and Atari like this, extend. So the order of moves is that black plays the third move of the sequence instead of Atari Atari, so we still get ahead. Because now when black plays Atari from this side, white can counter Atari and Atari from behind and capture the ko, or just pull back. And in this case, white builds a lot on the left side compared to going here. Well, it still works to play Atari, then Atari, and if black cuts, we take the ko and then extend. Going out is an option too. Yeah, this is actually fine. If take and take, there is no RG on the left side. But now white has to pay attention not to die on the bottom. So the proper move would be to play Kosumi here. If black pushes, white blocks, black has to come back, and white plays the vital point or just expands eye shape like this. And there are two eyes, no need to worry. Now playing this move doesn't really make eyes, but later on it will. In fact, black can push like that, white has to cover, but now black has to come back anyway. So white can eventually leave. There is no way to take the ice. This is two ice. But what happened here, it's a bit of a misplayed tactic. So when black played the Atari, white shouldn't start the ko. It's better to Atari from behind, Atari again, and kill everything. So this is a much better way to leave. So white missed this opportunity. Also, when starting the ko, white can Atari under, and if black connects, again, kills everything. So black has to protect this way, white captures two stones, and in fact it's not a ko. White just leaves unconditionally. So white prefers to cut as a ko threat, because he missed this Atari combination. And then take the ko. Black went down. Once again, black can Atari here, and Atari from behind, and Atari one way or the other. So it's just a big life, high life. And again, white is missing the Dame Tsumari, so Atari under, If black connects, capture all. If black defends here, take 3 stones, which gives him 2 eyes. So cut as a cut threat. Black saw the problem finally, and oh, this results in a trade. Good decision to capture this way. Well, let's see if Atari, this. How is the semi? That's a problem. White can win this. Sorry, black. It's Atari all the way. So in fact, black doesn't have to take N2. Black should come out first. White needs to take away liberty. Black expands the liberties like this. So black has 1, 2, 3, 4. Then Hane, block, go down, inside cut, must take away liberty, also takes away liberty. And this is a semi that black wins by 1 liberty. So black could kill the bottom in fact, but giving up the Ponoki was bad. Well, this Atari is fine, but now black lost those stones in the middle for taking the stones on the bottom. So first, white was, black was lucky not to lose all the stones around J4, and now white was lucky to capture the other group in the middle. So we can say it's 1-1 in this fight. So let's move on. This Atari doesn't help. White is still going to capture the group. White can just play Atari here and push, and then play away. For example, this kind of move. Because anyway, when black tries to escape, there is no way out. So doubling up, it's a little bit too conservative, or probably just being lazy to read what happens if black plays there. So for example, if white plays away and black attaches, white blocks, cut, Atari like this, and Atari from behind, take. Well, there are ways for black to fight more, but eventually he's still in trouble. Pak, extend, Atari, counter Atari, take, and Atari again. It seems there is some Agi there, but playing Atari, it's a way to protect Incente and then play away, because now when black tries the same combination, white it's already connected, so nothing to worry about. Or Atari and then extend. So this is a move to defend in Gote, while Atari and push, it's a way to defend in Sente. And that makes a crucial difference. Oh, black can, this Hane, it's just an illusion, I guess. White can cut, and when black goes out, white pushes again, black goes out, and white should take here to make sure there is no Agi. Because like this, the N7 group stays dead, and the 3 stones in the middle are just floating in no man's land. So cut first and then push. Oh, okay, black is still trying some hopeless Atari, hoping white won't see, but white saw it, so it didn't help. And now it's Atari and net. If black goes out, white captures in a net. Let's see what happens here. Atari, connect, go out. Nothing happens. White has only 2 liberties. So there are some good quadrants there. Yeah, this Q13 is big, but at this stage already black can think about resignation, because he lost too many stones in the middle and white has all that thickness, so the potential is really great for white to build more. Well, taking this stone on the right side gives a lot of territory there, but overall white is still leading big. Extending here is not so big. It's more interesting to extend in the top, because even if black comes inside, white can pincer and this can happen. So white still builds a lot in the top and the left side. Also, playing a tight move like f17 is an option. So when black comes inside, white will kick and then take away the base, so white can attack very severe. for example like this, and then extend, and white simply builds while attacking. Eventually even kill the stick, but it's no need. Playing this kind of move still leaves an evasion point here, or the approach and then go back. No need to attach in this case. It's better to double up because white already has the extension at d12. Now black needs an extension in the top like this or like this, and white can expand the left side even more. Then think about ways to invade the corner. Here it's good enough to get a ko fight like this. It's a free ko. So now Atari take back. If black connects, simply extend and make life in the corner. That damage is like 15-20 points in the corner easily. So attach, black goes up. Normally after this, white needs another move on the left side and black can extend. But it's a good decision to pincer like this or like this, because anyway white has all this thickness in the middle, so nothing to worry about. The fight should be good. That's too much. Normally just hane under. Now this and capture the stone, and black still has to fix his group. Playing this move, white can go down, and when black cuts, white will just hane and kill the corner. So now black's group in the top is still on the run. Going down, it's the punishment. Another way when playing hane under is to block and Atari from behind and block again, and this way white secures the corner and black is still running out without ice. So now there are some cutting points. Black can just cut on the right side. If black takes one stone, white takes the corner. If black defends the corner, white comes out, and now black needs life in the corner, but it's gonna be hard to rescue the two stones on the outside. So either way, white can profit. Playing here is a bit risky. Normally just defend against the cuts. If white pushes, black should jump in the middle or try to find a way to counterattack the k16 stone. Instead of connecting, should cut right away. If black takes, there's a double Atari, so black gets punished. If black connects, white comes out. And again, he's in trouble. He needs to run with these guys, but where to go? Then white can connect in center. Black makes just 3 points in the corner leaving, but everything dies on the outside. It's too much thickness for white over there. Now playing this way, black should connect here, and now it's all safe and connected. So white lost some opportunities to punish. Well, this way it's also connected, but black can still, white can still peep. Hane is good, and cut would be good too. Atari and extend. If Atari, go out with Atari and turn. So again, black is in trouble. Where to go with the middle group? Besides, it's painful to leave like this in the corner, and the center, it's still floating. So instead of double hane, should consider the cut. If black plays this connection, Atari, and then Atari again, and push like this or like this, either way, black will die in the center. So double hane, oh, that's a bit too much. Should just extend, then white extends, and black continues fighting for the top side. This way, white can cut back and even go down or extend. And now, if defend the top, black dies in the middle. If jump in the middle, black can catch two stones in a ladder. And now white has to leave in the top like that. Again, 3 points. And now the group in the middle is still kinda eyeless. It doesn't even have one eye. So cut where you can cut. Finally, black takes a breather, but even so, white is happy with all the left side. It's more interesting to try moves to fix a base like that. And then come out eventually. But for white it's also interesting to find ways to damage the corner, like this, or just go down and then come out this way. So simply escape. Shows the mindset that white is way ahead. No B it's better, and then block. Leaves less forcey moves. Like this it's Atari, then another Atari, and never know what can happen in the top. Oh, that's wrong. That's a minus for black, giving up stones from the inside. White can simply push and cut. Then it's another capture in a ladder. No way out. All down. So push and cut where you can cut. This is the principle. Or cut first, think after. Should block the other way. Or actually take another stone. Nothing happens. Those 3 stones die inside anyway. So when playing here, Atari take again, Atari go out, and all of a sudden black can build a lot in the top by capturing these 2 stones on a large scale and actually sacrifice those guys in the middle. So black could come back a little bit, but overall I think white is still winning. Should connect solid, because the plan is to go in between at M12 or surround everything. So when black connects here, white catches 3 stones. When black makes a bamboo, white takes everything. Like this, black can use the dead stone to come in between and go out. That's too much. Simply escape. You don't really have to fight a call, but if you want, you can Atari like this, and then Atari from behind, then Atari again, and Atari all the way. Because if black comes out like that, white will capture, and then on Atari, white connects, no B, take, and connect, Hane, and kill. So that's why Atari was too much. Black should simply escape. Oh, Atari from behind. It's another deadly combination. It's the Dametsumari, the shortage of liberties that black didn't see, and then Atari and Atari. And now if black simply plays double Atari, white catches 2 stones, black takes 1, and white is sent to play other big points like this one, or block here in center, and then play away. But already this feels like a one game from white from the beginning to the end. Maybe it's more interesting to use the Atari from the middle and then extend. And then try to catch the stones in the center this way. If white cuts, there's a double Atari here, and now white damages the right side. Playing this Atari feels like it's going to fix black's formation. Yeah, now that's pretty much it. This is completely wrong. Black should block, white blocks, Atari connect, and that's it. Now like this, black is just losing some stones. Atari, ouch. White can catch a lot more. So black has to Kosumi, give up these guys, and then eventually connect the top stone. Playing here, black has a chance to redeem his losses with this move. But like this, black can still lose everything. Ouch. Maybe this was wishful thinking, hoping for, I don't know, Atari here, connect, then push, then Atari, connect, and go down. But black really missed this cutting point. So now it's game over. Black can still try to leave, but it's actually painful. There are 2 ways here for white. White can Atari inside, throw in, and then when black leaves in the corner, black takes some profit. Or Hane in the corner, allow the connection here to set up 2 eyes, but still go for a ko to kill the entire group. So if white captures the ko and black has no ko threat, then it's a nice catch. Like this. Everything dies. And this probably happened. Yeah, now It's completely dead. Honey in the corner is good enough. Well, it's also fine to kill like this. Fancy way. Nice catch. Push and block. Connect. Better connect this way and then connect under. Well, like that it's a call. Why should play Atari and fight the call? And if there are no call threats, just Atari under. It's not worth losing the 2 stones for saving 1. I mean, now black could just connect. But anyway, it doesn't matter because black lost the game. Oh, here, why should Atari and capture 2 more stones? And if black tries to live in the corner, it's not going to be easy. But okay, keep it safe. Oh, then ladder. But again, white can think about Atari here. If black catches 2 stones, this is big. So when black connects, take the 2 stones. When Atari capture, when black tries to live in the corner, this is a dead formation. 1 eye only. So ladder for safety, very good. No need to protect here. Those 3 stones have no future there. There is no space to make eyes or base. You bet Atari here and catch 2 more stones. This is more profitable. Or just Atari and capture the 3 stones in the top. Anything is better than playing inside your own territory. This feels like -1 point. Of course it's conservative and safe, but it's no need. Okay, good decision not to play more moves, because black is dying anyway. This is also no need. Just catch some stones here, and then fight the ko. There are many ko threats. Or take the other 3 stones, or take the bottom stones. All these moves are unnecessary, because black is completely surrounded, and white being so thick around, black doesn't have space to make not even 1 eye. So playing all these moves were a waste for white. Black would die no matter what. This is not working because black is completely surrounded. Again, some moves that are no need for white. So let's say we take here, black connects, and then what else can we do? Atari, go out. Well, it's good enough to take away a liberty like this because white makes eyes and black doesn't. So black will not be able to approach and play Atari. This will happen. Atari from the outside. So again, black loses the semi. Oh, that's completely misclick or misread. Black should take. So now white catches more stones. And that's it. Black finally resigned. Good decision. Hopefully this was a good game to see tactics in local fights. Enjoy the variations.